greetings all. It's Dr. Bankhead at the Struggle In, Thinking Out Loud, and I'm going to pick up where I left off. I know I didn't go into great detail about the ex-husband, but I can tell you that I found myself acting quite out of character. I did not understand it at the time, but I was acting quite out of character. I believe I mentioned earlier that I was not one to engage in fighting because I thought that fighting was a waste of energy and a waste of time, and I preferred to be at peace. And I stand by that. However, there have been times and situations that brought out another side. And the marriage was one of those. So prior to getting married, I asked the ex what it was he liked to eat, and he told me he liked to eat fish. So I said, okay, I'll fix fish. I also asked the ex if he had any superstitions. He told me no, he didn't have any superstitions. So I didn't think he had any superstitions. Well, I don't enjoy housework. Anybody that knows me knows I don't enjoy housework. I mean, I'll do what I have to maintain a semblance of cleanliness. The bathroom and the kitchen, always clean. I cannot guarantee you anything else. Much of it looks like a bachelor's pad, and that's not every bachelor, because some bachelors are very, very fastidious. I'm not one of those fastidious people because I don't enjoy housework. It's just as simple as that. But when I got married, I said to myself, I'm going to make every effort to keep this house spick and span. And so it was that on the first marital night, I was getting in bed and my ex put his clothes on the chair. And I said, oh, please hang your clothes up. And he said he didn't feel like being bothered hanging his clothes up. And I said, it's okay, I'll hang them up. So I went to get up to hang his clothes up, and he pushed me back on the bed. So I tried to get up again, and he pushed me down again until I knocked my head up against the bedboard. So, in the interest of having the clothes hung up, I said to myself, how can I get up from the bed without him pushing me down and hang those I have to laugh at myself and hang those clothes up. So I thought to myself, and I said, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll tell him I'm going to the kitchen to get something, like tea, and I'll get a knife, and I'll come into the kitchen. I'll come into the bedroom. He'll jump up and grab the knife and run, and while he's taking care of the knife, I can hang up the clothes and go to bed. And so I put that plan in place. I said, I want to go to the kitchen. He said, okay. So I went to the kitchen and got a knife, and I came back into the room with the knife. He jumped up, grabbed the knife, went to the kitchen. And I hung up the clothes. And he comes back. Oh, it took him a long time. He was gone for about 15, 20 minutes. He hid every knife in the kitchen. And whenever he would tell the story, he said, I charged into the room and I had the knife aimed at him. None of that happened. I walked into the room. The knife was hanging down. But I guess in his mind, it was pointed at him, which it never was. and I was charging into the room, which I never did. I just walked it because I had the plan in my mind. He was going to grab it and run, which he did. But I tell that story because it laid, I think, a foundation in his mind that I was a dangerous woman. I'll pick up on the next video. This is Dr. Bankhead at the Struggle in Thinking Out Loud. I'll see you in the next video. I'm grateful, for I am fully great.